I'm Brini Grealish and welcome to the Fingerless Kitchen. Today I'm here at the Half Moon Bakery and Bistro in Jamesville, New York to challenge Debbie Titus to my No Thumbs Chef Challenge. But today really it's going to be the No Thumbs Baker Challenge. So we're going to go over and say hi to Debbie in just a second. But I wanted to see if you guys like what you see today. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share this video. Leave me some messages, let me know what you guys are thinking. I really love to hear from you if you guys like this or not, and maybe some suggestions on some more stuff that we can do. You know what I think we should do? I think we should go over and go say hi to Debbie so we can get started with our challenge, okay? So come on, let's go. Look at this. I found her. Hi, Debbie.
Hi, how are you?
I'm so excited.
So good to see you.
All right, are you ready today to get your hands taped up and
think I
make
am.
some cupcakes with me?
I am. I think I can do it.
All right, I think you can too. I mean, you're a pro. There's some beautiful cupcakes and things out
Thank
there.
you.
So I know I'm in a good place. You're in good hands, and I know we got a lot of knowledge from you too. So I can't wait to get going.
I know.
So we'll just say hi to everybody. Tell them to come on, follow us back, and
Let me
get
lead you
started.
to the kitchen.
All right, show me the way.
All right.
I need that technique too.
Yeah.
Okay, Debbie. Thank you for letting us back here into your bakery. I'm really excited to be back here with you today.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to be taping up your hands for our No Thumb Chef Challenge. And so what that means is I'm going to be taking this tape and we're gonna close up all these fingers. No thumbs. Wrong one. Wrong side. We're gonna tape up all of this on both of your hands.
Alrighty.
Okay. And this idea came from when I was in elementary school, and I had a teacher who thought of the idea of taping up my classmates' hands so that the other students could understand what it was like to do things from my perspective. Because kids always ask, like, how did I draw? How was I writing? Like, how was I doing my everyday stuff, like tying my shoe? And so the teacher had the students tape up their hands. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to challenge some local chefs and bakers to a No Thumbs Chef Challenge and try to do stuff like I do in the Fingerless Kitchen.
We can do it.
Okay, so this is gonna take a minute, but we're gonna, ooh, I did that wrong. It's going crazy. This is how I have to cut tape. So bear with me for a minute. All right, so we're gonna tape it up. Now, Debbie, feel free when we're doing this, if you have any ideas of what's gonna make this task easier.
Oh, okay.
So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna fill some piping bags and we're going to frost cupcakes for Valentine's Day. And I gave us a little selection of stuff to use. This is gonna be really awkward, okay? It's gonna be really awkward. And you know, I think it'd be really awkward for me if someone all of a sudden just gave me 10 fingers.
Yeah, I would.
So, it's good. I gotta figure out how we're gonna keep you in there. All right. I had one guy who's kind of hairy, so it didn't really stay very well. All right.
Hopefully.
I don't want to get your beautiful ring.
Oh, don't worry about it.
Okay, but we need to make sure your thumb is off.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Can you tell me how that feels? Do you feel like you're gonna bust out of that, or do we need more?
No, I think we're good. I think we're good.
All right, let's do the other side. Get that pinky out. Right
Yeah.
Because we're No Thumb Chef Challenge.
I know. I keep wanting to use my thumb.
I know, and you're gonna want to, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Just don't bust out
Wanting
yet.
to, keep wanting to use the thumb.
So we're gonna follow this all the way through to filling the piping bag, to putting the frosting on the cupcakes, to decorating, and then you can try them.
All right.
See if you like them. I hope you do. I tried a new recipe today, so it's gonna be a little crazy. But what I'm doing here, you know, part of my purpose for the Chef Challenge is to really show you that having a limitation is really an opportunity for you to try something new, to try a new way of doing things.
Right.
And so for people with disabilities in the kitchen, they don't always have everything that most people have to do in the kitchen. Like my father was in a wheelchair, And so he did all of his cooking from the wheelchair, which is really kind of cool. And he had a lot of
That's a challenge.
yeah, he didn't have a lot of dexterity in his hands, so it was hard for him to chop things. So I take a lot of inspiration from my family and from my own experiences, and I really want to start showing people with disabilities that they can do it in the kitchen, no matter what their disability is, and especially it's funner to do it when you have somebody else to help you. Okay. I'm gonna do one more on that one.
You're not feeling comfortable with that one.
You're okay.
There you go.
I know it takes a long time.
I promise not
Here
to
you
break
go.
out.
All right, so you want to hold it up and show everybody. So,
Got the pinkies.
Got the pinkies.
Yeah,
You're
I
solid
probably
in
should
there.
have exercised some more this morning, you know?
I don't think you can prepare for it. Your hand's going to be tired after this.
Yeah.
My hands get really tired very quickly when we're doing stuff. So, okay.
All right.
You can start with your rubber spatula, and how you're gonna do this like you'd normally, and then if you need to find something else, I want you to feel free to go grab it.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna need it. You might.
I might. Okay, I have a thought.
Okay.
I have a thought. Oh boy. Right over here for the.
Let's see what you're
Okay.
doing.
Oh. So there's the first challenge.
To get those
I
out of
wanted
there.
one. And I got two.
Okay.
So, all right. So there we go. All right.
All right. Are you ready?
Give me a hint.
And feel free to ask me any questions
Okay, I was gonna
you
say,
have along the
yeah.
way, okay? So,
Yeah. All right.
I use my body.
Okay. Because I was saying earlier how I always just put my hand in and flip it over.
So you can do
So
that.
actually, yeah, because
You
we
can do
usually.
There you go.
And then just flip it over a little. Okay.
You've done that. So if you try to pinch it, you can probably get it to hold. But you keep trying.
All right.
I'm a little faster because I have had practice.
All right.
I will give you that.
Because this is something too when we teach kids. Those little kids their hands aren't usually very big.
No, and they're still.
So they have a hard time filling the pastry bag. So we usually have a container for them, but I don't usually do that.
I do have this clip if you think you're gonna need it, and you may see why in a minute.
Okay, yeah. All right.
Go ahead, go for it.
I get to go
You
first?
do it with
Okay.
me, okay? I want you to do it with me.
All right.
So we just kind of go in.
Oh, all right.
Just gonna fluff it up and sit there.
Yeah.
And see, yeah, bowls move.
Yeah, I
Which
feel
makes
like
it
I
really-
want to. All right,
There you go. And usually, sometimes I'm really close to the bowl like this, and I kind of
So
prop
you
it up
put it
against my stomach.
Yeah. So I may end up doing that with this.
Yeah. Because really,
So I'm so glad I wore a black apron. Yeah.
you're working today. It's all good.
Yeah. It'll be
Um,
all white by the time I'm done.
I will tell you that your body is probably one of your best tools. At least it is for me. Making sure I can get it all in there. We don't want to overfill it. Or we're
Yeah, I
gonna
was
have a
gonna
problem,
say
Debbie.
even when I have my fingers, I don't overfill. So. All right.
We're near the recommended line, right?
All right, now here. Okay.
This is why I get dirty.
Now here's the interesting part. I usually twist my bag. Yeah. Yeah, because I'm used to, at this point, grabbing it and twisting it.
So what I do, you try, and then I'll tell you what I do.
Yeah, that, whoa.
Because it's gonna go, everywhere.
Yeah, it is.
So you know what I do first?
All right.
Because you're not going to be able to take your thumb and hold the top and squeeze that down. So what I do is I lay it out on the table, and then I can use the side of my hand to scrape everything, and never be afraid to try anything new. And see, there you go. Because that's gonna be, now you're gonna be able to push that all down without having to use your thumb to squeeze and
You're
pull.
right, because I'm used to
all the frosting.
twisting it. I'm used to turning it with this hand and twisting it.
Twisting it with the other.
Yeah.
So, and then I just kind of start to fold it in and crinkle it up. Right down at the base.
Okay.
And then I can kind of twist. But this, I can't hold this for long.
No.
So I go right to.
How? Okay. Oh, so you use the rubber band.
I use the rubber bands. Oh, I'm going to leak out the bottom. I give you a really big lip circle. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
That's what, you know what?
Yeah.
Look at this.
All right.
I have that if you can't get the rubber band on Tiffy.
I can't figure out how to do this. How do you?
Okay.
All right, give me a hand. Give me a hand. Okay, now this is bothering me too. All right.
Oh my gosh. I brought us big Band-Aids because I figured we needed to stretch them a little bit. Okay.
Right.
I'm going to leave that be and we'll see what we can do.
Okay, you need to help me here.
Okay, I will help you. So you want to make sure if you lay it down, you can open that up and then you can kind of get it there. And so you're going to take one hand to hold the
So
bag.
one hand to hold.
Yep. And then you're going to take it and twist and start going for it. And if it doesn't work, I did bring you a clip.
Yeah, but what do you do with the clay?
Well, you do the same thing. You just kind of take it and clip it at the end.
Oh, I see.
And so that way you don't have to try to fuss with the rubber band. But I like the rubber band because this gets in the way. But if you want to use this, you can
let's try
definitely
that.
have this.
Let's try that.
So tell me about some things that you could start seeing working in the bakery every day that would start to get difficult. Because I love to bake, and I mean I love to bake, and I know I've showed you my cakes, and you guys make spectacular cakes. How long do you think it would take you to do just a regular cake?
That's the whole thing is you, whoops.
Uh-oh, she's busting out. She's busting out. Get you.
There we go.
There you go.
I think that's the hard part is that, as you saw when I was setting up, we're constantly grabbing things. And I think my nervous part would be to grab something and drop it so that you have product being wasted. Because that's the whole thing with your hands. I mean, we're constantly grabbing all the trays. I think the thing that I wondered about with you is how do you get it out of the oven without burning yourself?
Okay, so I have burned myself. I don't ever cut myself with a knife, if you can believe that.
Okay.
I do burn myself because with oven mitts, my hands just kind of go in and they float. So sometimes when I'm pulling stuff out, my hands can slip and it comes out and I will get like little burns on my arms. So those are kind of like my baking battle scars. I don't drop too much. I do burn myself because I don't dare want to let it go because I've worked too hard for whatever. Whatever. All right, you want to hear a tip on this?
I was going to say.
Okay, you're going to flip this over because of that little tab. And here, push that all the way down. Use both fingers.
There we go.
Okay, got it. Now pick that up and see if that feels okay. You're going to be okay to squeeze? Yeah, here. We're going to give you. Now, how many do you want to do? Do you want to just try to do one?
I do.
Okay. Okay.
All right,
so pipe it. I give you the circle one, the open, the open tip.
Oh, that's...
And so I've just made, I think I told you, we made these cupcakes. I filled it with some of the wild black raspberry jam.
Yeah, it looks delicious.
We harvested those little berries myself with my family, so I'm going to start by filling in that little hole. Okay, and we're going to go around.
Wow.
Look it, see, you did
Look
it.
at that.
All that fuss to get it into the bag.
All right, now here's a question for you because I'm noticing you're using the tip that has like the floury edges. We often find if there's a little piece of hard sugar in here that will clog it.
Oh yeah.
And so I usually take a toothpick.
So I do too. So either I'm holding it up against myself like this,
and then taking
a toothpick, or I can bring it down here to kind of get it stable.
Okay.
And pick that out.
Right.
But
usually
usually
I was watching you, and that's exactly what was going through my mind is when you get a clog, how do you take care of that
such
clog?
a pain because then it looks terrible on your cupcake.
So we both curse when we get a o'clock. Because it's usually a pain because we're trying to do 100 at a time.
Yes, you know,
So
like
both of us have the same feeling, like
any good chef. Are you sure you don't want to try another one? Or do you
let's
wanna
try another
Or
one.
do you want to
Can I
switch
try?
back?
I was just gonna say, can I try that back?
And see how that feels. The clip gets really cumbersome when you're trying to squeeze. Here, go ahead, you grab one. I did it for you last time, and I'm gonna do it for you.
All right.
Okay.
So now see, the funny thing is I
Usually squeeze down
and I
the
usually
middle,
have
okay.
one hand. I have this one up here, and I usually just squeeze with this. So
Yeah, and this time
so
you
that's
can't
the
do it
whole
that
thing
way.
is to all of a sudden bring in that left hand with it. So let's see. Oh, and the other thing is when I usually do it too, I gauge my pressure by what I'm feeling between there. Oh, I got a little thing over here. Yeah, I usually gauge the pressure of my bag because I always, you always want to push down. You want to have good pressure on it, and I usually do that with my fingers.
Yeah.
So right there in my head, it's like I know I wasn't pressing hard enough, but I couldn't get my fingers to press with me.
Yeah, and that's really hard. So like when I'm making a cake and you got to pipe a border,
Right,
and you're
right.
supposed to be able
Yes.
to continue to turn the cake stand, right, or the little
the
wheel around, and I can't do that. So really I have to sit there and do a couple and then turn it and then get back, and it takes a lot longer to make a cake than you'd expect. But you want to put some fun stuff on it because you did really well.
Yes.
You did well. I know you got some good practice, but you're doing well without your fingers.
A few hundred here and there. Well, all right, so the easiest thing would be for me to grab this. And we'll put that right here on top because that's easy. And then I'm looking at all the sprinkles and thinking,
I know you guys have some really pretty sprinkles.
Yeah.
But you know what? I found these the other day and they look really pretty.
they're cute. We're into Valentine's Day right now.
I know, and that's why I did
All right,
it.
so now this is where I usually take my index finger, my pincer, and usually just splotch it.
Splotch it. So,
So
what do you want
I
to do?
gotta-
Do you want to
All right,
pinch it with your fingers,
so-
or are you going to do something else?
What I'm wondering.
See, these are easier to pinch. Those are not going to be as easy.
Okay, hold on. I've got an idea.
Okay.
Let me try something.
And she's off. She'll be back.
All right, let's see how this works. Look how it's really together.
You're doing better than I
All
thought.
right, what if? All right, so this kind of acts. I'm feeling like I've got my finger.
Well, right?
Because then I like to sprinkle. Because I like to go heavy in some
We're going to make a
spots.
mess here.
Well, this is where my husband would say, how come you don't have a tray underneath so we can pick up all the sprinkles? So. Because he's the one
that sounds about
he's
right.
the one that has to clean up
Well,
after.
I do that for my kids though. Like we have like colorful rice that I can play with my son, and I
yes.
can pull out a tray for the rice or sand. But do I do it for myself?
No.
And make my job like 10 times harder, right?
Oh, look at that. Right now, so here's what my thought is. See, now I found a tool. I'm
You
good.
found a tool.
I'm good to
and
go.
it was an easy tool.
That's right. Now I'm good to go because I get to do what I want to hear.
These are getting. You just stick them in there. You can stick a few. Kind of made these a different, like some are really shaped, some are little
Yeah,
pieces.
that's a little challenge.
I wasn't sure if you wanted to try to stick. They're getting soft because it's nice and warm in here.
Yeah. All right. So I guess. All right. Here's the other thing that just happened that I was just thinking of.
Okay.
I got frosting on my fingers and that bothers me. So.
There you go.
There you go.
You always need one of those.
Yeah, I
gonna
get, well,
join you.
especially when you're working with sprinkles, the more frosting you have on your hands, the more frosting you have in your fingers.
It gets everywhere.
And seeing you really probably don't want it. So,
Oh, I know. My hands get so messy because I'm always digging inside of stuff.
yeah, that's getting soft.
Oh yeah, no, it's gonna be
All right,
eaten
wait,
later.
what are you doing, chocolate chip? Now that's challenging. That's
I think you got
because
it.
I want it to. No, it's staying in there.
I'll give it a little bit more. I think we're almost.
There we go.
I think we're almost done. I think
Look at that.
Look at that. Do you want to put it on the pretty tray?
Wait a minute. I feel like we need another topper. There.
All right, you want to grab that tray for me?
Oh, geez.
I think I got this.
All right.
See, you know, you're doing really well. I don't have to tell you too much.
Well, the thing is, we're bakers, and a baker has to always make do with everything.
You do, and you have to be
because
really
if
creative.
something breaks.
That's right. And so, you know what I have found with only having 2 fingers and in the kitchen is that you just really have to do a lot of creative problem solving to get stuff done, to figure out how something would work without having, you know, what everybody else
Things
has.
that, I mean, when you set this up, I immediately thought, okay, I can do this, boom, boom, boom. And then it was, no, I can't. So I can see where that takes a lot of time. Now see, even
So how do you feel now?
I could see where my day would take a lot longer. I think, you know, when I see your cakes, I've always appreciated the skill in your cake. But doing this, even more so, I can appreciate, like when you talked about using the turntable. I'm so used to just grabbing one hand and using the other hand. And
because then you can go really fast as you squeeze
because
with
I
the
have
pressure.
I think that was probably the most frustrating part was I wanted more control of that bag.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted to be able to squeeze it.
Because you need that. You well, actually you don't, because you found out you don't actually need it.
Right.
What I find is with baking and with cooking, I always have to think a few extra steps ahead because I have to plan. So like when you looked at what you had here, you already thought, okay, now I need to go get something else.
Yeah.
But we didn't, you used it. Sometimes I use something tall like a cup to get it done, but everything I do always has to be planned out of how am I going to hold it, you know, will it fall? I don't want it to, you know, I worry about things breaking, and it just, those extra layers of instructions that I got to go through in a recipe to just try to get things done.
Definitely.
But it works. You can still do it.
It does.
You didn't need all your fingers to make cupcakes with me today.
I never thought I could do that. I wasn't quite sure how this was going to play out.
Well, you did awesome today, and thank you so much for letting me come in here and bug you. And went back in April, kind of came up with this idea, and we were talking about this, and now we're actually doing it, and I'm so glad I'm doing it with you. We did it. I'm so glad you're here. Done. So, do you want to hold up your hands and get some pictures of how you're hold up those?
You want my dirty fingers?
The dirty fingers. So we did it.
We did it.
Go over to all those lovely ladies down there. We're here for us today. Thank you, ladies.
I need it.
We did it. So, if you like what you see here today and you like this challenge, please don't forget to like or subscribe to my channel and share what we're doing with everybody. Part of my mission here is to help teach and inspire people with disabilities to learn how to cook, and also bring the rest of you along with me, because I know a lot of people think they're all thumbs in the kitchen. So that brings me to, if you think you're all thumbs in the kitchen, I'm here to prove that you never needed them. And I think Debbie can show you that she didn't even need them today in the kitchen to get it done. It might take us a little bit longer, but we'll get it done. Okay? So, all right, bye for now from the Fingerless Kitchen.